Welcome back to another episode of Eat Sleep Sixes. I am one of your hosts, BG. I got my sister Jenny from the block with me. We got a empty room called Sixes Fan for Life and surprise guest. 215 the Sports Guy. What's up, brother? Not, I'm sorry, not surprise guest. Surprise sighting. 215 the Sports Guy. What's up, man? How y'all feeling after that loss?
Is anybody going to share this around
Oh yeah,
while we
hit the
chitter and chat?
share.
Chat.
Hit the share. Go ahead. How you
Uh,
feeling about this loss, Jen?
I mean, we
I
can start
said
from
at
the
the beginning of the
weekend.
game this is going to be a letdown game, but I wasn't expecting it to be that much of a letdown game, man. That was disappointing. Start to finish. They just trounced us. They trounced us,
Yeah.
and I have some questions that are kind of like pulling at me from this game, but also from like the last couple games. But like,
Right.
is Oubre still untouchable?
Oh
Mm.
man.
Because
Oh man.
after
Why
my
she bring
guy
it up?
fell off that bike, man, he has not been the
He ain't been
same.
right. Yeah, he ain't been right. I said it. He ain't been right since the bite. He ain't been right since the bite. But I wouldn't go as far as, even I think he's still one of the top tier guys in the NBA
Casper
right
them did us dirty.
Is he one of the top tier?
I
Is he?
really don't know if he is. I'm like, what?
now. Off the bench.
People are talking about Brogdon, and I'm not really Brogdon stan, but I'm like, well, he's getting like 15 points a game. Well, Kelly's getting like six.
Hey, Carl.
Hmm?
With 2 minutes left in the third, he had zero. With 2 minutes left in the third, he had zero. I don't know, man.
With,
Yeah.
with
Did he
people
lose
with
his powers? Did the
about
Monstar steal his powers? Like what happened?
That's what I'm wondering.
is
That's
that
what
what
I'm
they said?
wondering. Is he still untouchable? I don't
Honestly,
know. I
the
haven't
position.
seen the pre-accident Kelly.
And I keep throwing him bones and giving him over unders, and he just refuses to take them.
Mm-hmm.
You do throw him bone. But the position that stuck out to me the most tonight that was missing is once again, backup center. When that Paul Reed lineup came in, when that bench lineup came in, they looked they top and they went in. And coach sat Embiid out for a while because he's been logging a lot of minutes. He sat him out for a while, and the league grew and it grew and it grew, and it just ballooned to a whole different level. We need a backup big in here, like yesterday.
I think
Yesterday.
that first half showed me a couple things. One, when they let them score 73 points in the first half, I thought our defense is non-existent in this game. What? Why? And I'm watching him beat, and he's just kind of doing his thing down in the painted area, but not really blocking shots or anything like that. And then I'm like, well, nobody else is really doing anything about perimeter defense at all. Um,
It was overall defense because we wasn't doing nothing in the paint and on the perimeter tonight. They was just hitting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take nothing away from the Pacers. They came out to play tonight for sure and wasn't missing much. But
Facts.
we didn't put up much of a fight defending either.
no, in the beginning, they were definitely they, as in the Sixers, were definitely missing a lot of shots. They were hurting themselves more than it wasn't really that Indy was defending well. It's that they just couldn't make their shots.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I know we had a lot of guys out,
Yeah.
and I don't know why Siakam was still in that game with the G League
He was trying
as
to get a
long
triple
as he
double, and
was.
he was trying to get a triple double. They said that's the only reason he was still in the game. He was trying to get his triple double. He got his triple double. But trust and believe that we will remember. We will remember that. We'll remember that.
I turned the sound off after a while because Ala and Kate were just like applauding the other team a little too much for my liking.
They just don't. They just don't know how to not do that.
Yeah, so I had to turn off the sound.
I will
It's
say
like
this.
I'm not gonna watch this bludgeoning listening to these two cheerleaders.
Yeah,
I will
they
say
don't
this.
know how to not be fans of the other team.
No knock on my guy, but the Tyrese Maxey,
Jose,
uh,
hold on, Carl. Jose, if you don't move that pack of Oreos from right next to your microphone, I'm gonna punch you in your forehead.
You know, he doing it on purpose. He doing it on purpose. He doing a commercial for him. But
Oh.
our starting backcourt to start the game, I think, is too small. I love Tyrese and I love our guy, but having them both starting, being they're the same height. One's a little bit shorter. I think that didn't bode well for us either. But it's not like we had a array of options to go for it. So there's that too. Uh, they need to look into a backup too as well. Defensively.
We need a defensive wing and a backup center. Well, we know who those two people are, and we would like
M-
to have them, please.
We got defensive wings. Our whole team was hurt.
All right,
All of our defensive wings was hurt. We need a backup center.
no doubt.
Yeah,
I got no
yeah.
doubt about that.
Yeah, you right, Berg. I was hyping pregame because my boy Pat Bev was starting, but Pat Bev and Maxi backcourt starting is not a good look.
Yeah,
When they finish games is a different story. But
right.
starting, yeah, we was rather small out there tonight. I mean, we always small outside of the big fella, but we looked
Pat
real
Bev
small
was
tonight.
on the other side of his belt to ass tour. I bet he didn't like that very much.
Yeah, Belt Ass Tour had a detour real quick for a couple
Yeah,
days.
I don't
We
think
had to
so.
cancel. We had to cancel the show in Indiana. Belt Ass Tour will be back up and running next game, and y'all know who that's against. We can't jump into that yet. We're only 6 minutes in. We can't jump into the next game yet. We got to
I
talk
mean,
about. Do y'all feel as though we love what we saw in that fourth quarter? The fight that our young guys, our guys that don't play, do we like what we saw there, or is that just empty calories for y'all?
I enjoyed KJ Martin.
that's what I was about to say, Jay. Yep.
I enjoy where he hit the damn near the side of the backboard on a free throw.
No, he was terrible with the free throws a couple times there,
Oh,
but
oh, oh, before I forget, I'm sorry. I gotta
okay.
lob this one
Oh,
to you, Jen. I gotta
okay.
lob this one to you. I witnessed Furkan Korkmaz duck from a rebound.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
But then, like 2 plays later, he had that nasty behind the back bounce pass to Kelly Oubre. It was nasty, and it almost made me forget that I just watched you duck from a rebound. He literally said,
Even in a game where we were missing so many players, Korkmaz, I don't think played a lick of the first half. I
Nah,
don't think he
"Yeah,
played 1 minute of the first half.
he's out of
He
favor.
well, cause he's no good, man. I don't know how many times I gotta say the same damn
It took,
thing.
it took me to
He's not
realize how
good at
long.
basketball.
It took me to realize how long he was here with the picture of him, Brett Brown, Covington, and D. He's been here for a long time, and it's about time. His time has expired. Time to move on.
like a real like when you think a real long time, like dog,
Long time.
he's literally been employed by the Sixers.
That's him, the
He's been
Krispy
employed by
Kreme
the Sixers
Korkmaz.
to be a practice player.
Hey, I'm gonna say something right now, and I'm gonna say it
Oh, poor
wholeheartedly.
Korkmaz.
But
Poor
this
millionaire
is why
Korkmaz.
you need a Tobias Harris. Games like this. I believe that when things were flat, if Tobias was playing, he could knock down some shots. Also, defensively, he's one of our better defenders, and you saw that missing tonight. It's not quite easy to replace a Tobias Harris. I'm just going to say that right now. He was missed.
I ain't gonna lie, he was missed tonight.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So, I
I'm
mean,
just happy to hear you say that, Carl.
yeah, I mean, I call a spade a spade. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep during the game. It was that type of game. So, did Joel come back after that the knee
No, he got
situation?
us 31 points and rolled.
As soon as he got his 30, he came right up out the game.
So he did come back in, scored 30, and then got out of there.
Yeah, he
He
played. He
he
played.
played a
He
third
played the third
quarter.
quarter. Yeah, he played the third quarter. He ain't played none of the fourth. But a bright spot. I love the energy that the starters gave those bench guys when they were playing well. I mean, we know how Embiid can get sometimes. He'll go back to the back of the locker room to get treatment, or he'll sit on the end of the bench and sit there icing his knees and making sure he's good. But when the younger guys were in that fourth quarter, man, I like how hyped the starters was. In a bad situation, we lost. We were losing. They kind of put up a dud as a team, but that energy that they gave that bench lineup, man, I can appreciate that. And that's the reason I don't want to break up this team. When we're hurt, we sometimes put out duds like this. But cohesion is a real thing. Like, and I feel like this is the closest this team has been in years. Like they just seem to enjoy each other and they play for each other as well as the coach. So that's one of the reasons I don't want any type of breakup. If we could go get a big for some draft picks or just a big on the market, then that's one
You gotta
thing. But
add him.
I'm
You
not
gotta add
looking to make a trade to get a star name here just because I do realize that you can't just create cohesion. You can't create teamwork. That don't just happen like that. You don't add a 25-point scorer to this team and it's just going to be he's a 25-point scorer on this team. That's just not how basketball works. And I like what we got right now. When healthy, I like what I see from this team right now.
to be honest, the only big time move that I wanted to make, he played against us tonight. I would have loved to see Siakam for Tobias Harris. I think him and Embiid would have played well together, defensively and offensively, playing off of each other. He's a sneaky, good offensive player. Not the best shooter, but as you saw tonight, he can make shots. So, that was one of the guys that I would have liked here with some star power. Other than that, nah, I don't see nobody
Wait a
else
minute.
messing
You
with.
said you fell asleep during the game. What do you mean? What shots you talking about? You saw him make?
I didn't know when I fell asleep during the game. Jose Santana, I fell asleep in the third, late. I think late in the third quarter. I think late in
And
the
you was
third quarter.
asking if B got back in. I don't know, man. Your credibility a little shot.
Y'all know how I
uh,
go on. Y'all know how I go on
Eric,
Thursday.
we were just pondering the same thing a minute ago. We don't know where Mr. Oubre went. We think maybe when he got in that accident, his clone kind of took his place. So
We
now we have
seeing it as a
clone
Kelly Oubre.
Oubre.
It is probably a Oubre clone.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not the same player.
BG is really thinking it's over, Jen. Why are you making BG think like this? Jesus Christ. Don't hurt yourself, BG.
I'm telling you, man, it's so just seeing what we had out of him early on, and we put him on the untouchable list. Y'all remember that?
You
He-
We
did.
put him on the untouchable list.
that's
And,
why my first question
and
was,
the
is he?
second and the second he got off the bike, I don't know, man.
I
It's
don't
odd. Granted, he's in a different role. We haven't been fully healthy with Melton starting and then Kelly Oubre playing with the bench. We haven't had our full lineup in a minute now, so I am still patient with him. But damn, dog, like you get 22 minutes and 4 points, and like I said, Carl, he has zero with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
That's bananas.
He has
That
zero.
right there is bananas right there. Out of a starter, that's bananas right there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know what happened to his three-pointer. It
Like think about it. Pat Bev had a bad game and had more than Kelly Oubre through that time.
mhm.
he was PJ tonight. Heavy on the PJ tonight for Ubre, and we don't need that here. If you in the
Yeah,
game,
Rocco's still injured.
Rocco, my God, is he going to be out? He's going to be out for a while longer.
he's had
Like,
a knee problem.
that's such a
He's had-
mystery injury. Like, what happened? When did it happen? How long's he out? Like, they given us
Well, they
no
said
information whatsoever.
no. They said he had lack of playitis. So since
I was
then,
literally what Carl, while they was sitting there saying all this stuff, I'm sitting up here like, do we miss him? I mean, he wasn't playing. He was
I
barely
mean,
in the rotation. Do we miss
we,
Rocco?
Not
we,
really.
we,
I
we
would
miss
love for
what
him to play, but
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We miss what he could have brought to the team. I feel like he still fills that role of one of the elite wing defenders in the league. And is his 3-point shot great? No, it's falling off a little bit, but I think he still could have served the role. You know, but it is what it is. Can't cry over spilt milk.
I
I'll tell you
agree.
this one: is it too early to call Springer a bust? That's a real question.
I know that's
Is
No,
why
it,
I'm laughing at it.
no. I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't see it in that kid. I really don't.
I
This is third
don't.
year.
I don't. This is the thing about Springer. I think he's a really good basketball player. I just don't know if he's a good NBA player.
NBA player.
Like
Bottom
he
line.
Right.
can hoop. Don't get me right. He can
Right.
hoop. Defense is very, very good. His the way he moves his hands, everything he plays well. He's very bouncy. But I don't know if he has an NBA game.
Yeah, I'm
Pat,
with you on
Pat,
that.
Like he looked like
Pat,
the type that if he was in college right now, he could average like 30 in college. But then comes to the NBA and barely can make a roster. It's weird. Like I think he would excel in the G League, but who wants to say my career is the G League?
I mean, Coach Nurse said it the best early on this year. Teams are going to scout him and ask the question, can he make a shot? And they're going to push him that way. And if you continuously don't make a shot, i.e., somebody that used to play here, light skin ball, tall ball, teams are going to sag off of you. And they're going to double the other teammates. So you're a liability out there.
That
Um,
guy's going to the G League. Did you hear?
who's that? Oh, yeah, I heard that guy might go to the G
No,
League.
yeah, I just read some while I was watching the game. Say he after his practice with the G League, he anticipates coming back soon. So he already practiced with him.
I love that so much for him.
I do.
Yeah.
Just where he belongs. It's
So
brilliant. Oh
I think we
man.
did. I think we gave these people enough of down Pacers talk. Who's next? Let's throw this game in the trash. Who do
The
we play
next
next?
We can't
game
throw it in
is
again in the trash, but we do have to put it in the past. That was a
Right.
bar. That was a bar.
That was a
that
bar.
was a
That was
bar.
a bar.
Uh,
I
We've been
just
running games
swished
over
that
Power
game
years.
into the trash can.
Jo- Joker is coming back for revenge, but he's not coming back to Philly. We got to go to the Mile High and play them on their court this time, and it's on national television again, just like the first matchup was on national television. They know who to bring the stars out for. The two
And this is
former MVPs, the two best bigs in the NBA. What y'all think? Do we need to be healthy to compete with this team?
I think
Do
so.
if we came in with the same team today, nobody's that's missing today is not there next game. Do y'all feel like we got a shot?
Didn't we win the last game?
Yes, we did.
And we didn't have a full team that time.
We didn't have a full team, but we didn't have this many people out.
No, of course not.
We're missing one starter and like two bench guys.
Melton and Tobias, that hurts really bad defensively, in my opinion. It hurts really bad. So I don't see how the Sixers can fill those voids effectively and have those guys sustain the whole game. I can't see it. So
Yeah,
something.
we had our favorite starting lineup in for that game. Maxi, Oubre, Batum, Harrison, and B. And Morris played, Reed played, Pat Bev played, and Korkmaz played. So it do look like we still was missing a few people, but and we only went 9 deep, but we had our starters, we had our key players, we had our top 8. Let's just say that we had our top 8.
Hey
Except for I'm
Linnell,
sorry, not our top 8 because we was missing Melton. I'm sorry.
Linnell, I was just making a joke because Ben Simmons is coming back from his injury
What?
and
What?
he is ramping up to play in the NBA by going there to the G League, and that's funny because he just belongs there. He should stay. Anyway,
Make a career of it, why don't you?
the Saturday game's
Yeah.
at a weird time too. It's like 5:30 in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
5:30 Eastern is a weekend game. It's the weekend, Jen. And you got to think
Weird
about it.
time though,
But
5:30.
it's football weekend though. Is there a football game on Saturday or both games on Sunday?
I'm not
I
sure
don't know.
about
I
that.
don't care.
No, me neither. Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Thank you for saying it.
Both games are on Sunday. Both football games are on Sunday. I'm sorry. She said, I really don't care.
I'm sorry. I just
I
don't.
mean, hoping that Joel Embiid plays that game after that knee scare. I don't know if they're going to be cautious with him for a few
He's
games.
fine. He's not missing any more games for
This
dumb shit.
this the only thing I hate about that is because they could look
Lamar,
at it and say, well, you had your matchup with Joker already. You're not 100%. You can sit down. That's what I don't want to happen. Like I don't want Embiid to miss games. I want a healthy Embiid in the playoffs, but then I'm tired of missing games, dog.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think he just bumped knees with somebody.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
finished. He stayed in long enough to get his 30.
He sure as hell
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Stay there long enough to get your 30. You can play next. You can play on Saturday because you got a whole day off. Today only Thursday. You got Friday off.
Right.
But I hope that man. This is going to show up and be really in shape. This is the
When,
one that's going to show up and be really in shape.
when is the trade deadline, BJ? February
February
what?
8th.
Yeah.
February 8th.
We have
Hmm.
2 weeks, y'all. Two
Hmm.
weeks.
Interesting.
2 weeks. And
Interesting.
then, oh, so after the Denver game, we go on a little West Coast run, right? So we have 3 10 o'clock games. And just a little housekeeping, when we do those 10 o'clock games, we will only do pregame, but we'll give you a whole hour.
Unless something crazy happened, and trust and believe. If Embiid happen to have 70, don't think I'm not getting on. If I got
I'll
to get
put
on by
that
myself,
asleep.
I'm getting on by myself. If something
If
crazy happen, it will be a pro
if
day.
if Embiid scores 71 on Jokic, I'm coming back. That
No, not that game. She talking about. She talking about. So the Joker game is in the afternoon, so that's easy. But the
okay.
next two games are at 10 p.m. Eastern. We play the Trailblazers and the Warriors,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then we play the Jazz at 10 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, we got three straight late nighters for you East Coast
Monday and
people.
Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
super
yeah.
late night. So
Gotta get ready
we'll
for
see.
them late night games.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Aaron. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining the show. Excuse me. We need
Okay.
drum and profit. I agree with you, but I don't even think. I mean, even in all the speculation out there, he's not even been brought up. But I think like Vukovic was brought up as a potential, or
I would
Clint
love to be to
Capella,
come back.
but I haven't heard anything about
he just
Drummond.
got he just got traded in my 2K season. Somehow KD convinced him to come to Phoenix.
I want
That's
I,
fine.
wa- I want mine Vucevic. He's still
Oh
young.
hell yeah, Vucevic can hoop.
Yeah, he can
The
hoop.
only
And
thing I would be nervous about Vucevic is, hey man, are you cool being a backup? Like,
Yeah,
and if he not, we might have to just say, look, Tobias, you cool coming off the bench? Like,
right,
serious.
seriously,
Like
seriously,
he
seriously. Uh,
Vucevic nice, dog. Vucevic nice.
that's a nice
I
name
heard
to
about
go
some rumors of somebody, I can't remember who off the top of my head, but somebody's trying to get my guy Brogdon. I mean, Bogdanovich, the Detroit Bogdanovich.
with. Yeah, yeah. He's a
I,
solid player as well.
I seen some people saying if Brooklyn keeps sliding, maybe we could get back in business with the Nets and
I mean,
get somebody that should have been here all along.
I'm gonna tell you, BJ,
I
for the
said
Nets.
I don't want no score and everything, but I ain't
Hey,
going front. I might take Mikael Bridges, dog. I might take Mikael
hey,
Bridges, dog.
I can't see what position that team, that franchise will be in. Will it say, "Hey, we're going to trade you our face of our team right now," and the guy that we traded for, and we're going to give him right back to you, and
This,
have at it.
this is a team that just traded Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James
Right,
Harden.
right,
The same team that went out on a limb and gave up their whole future for Grandpa Paul Pierce, Grandpa Kevin Garnett, Brooke
right.
Lopez, Darren Williams. Like they've notoriously been known for making some bonehead moves.
Exactly why I think they will not trade their youngest player of those moves because they're depleted in draft picks. They can't draft another him for about 4 years now.
That's why
Another
they
three.
might move him for draft picks. Because
We'll see.
it being Brooklyn, there'll always be an amazing market for free agents. People always want to play in Brooklyn if
Right.
if they got the right future ahead of them. If they have draft picks and it looks like they're going in the right direction. I mean, people will want to go there. So maybe they. I mean, I ain't saying. I'm just saying. I know I said I ain't want no scorer, but I take Mikael Bridges because he a defender and a
They
scorer.
they I think the Nets depleted their whole cachet of draft picks when they
That's
got
what I'm
Harden.
saying. They might
Hey,
want.
hey, hey, Milt, you gotta fatten that package up. You gotta put cork mods in there.
Definitely,
That's
definitely.
fat enough to package. What's that?
Yeah, you gotta send Harris the picks and cork mods.
I ain't going front, man. Man, Mikael Bridges would be. I would
I don't
like.
think anybody would say no to Mikal, but
I,
what another name that keeps popping up, same initials, is Malcolm Brogdon.
I hear
Why
you.
aren't you? What you not high on Brogdon at all?
Mm-mm.
All right,
He's
I
so
six.
mean,
He's
I'm
six.
gonna just
He's
I'm gonna
six
just I'm
four.
gonna I'm gonna just
He's
sell
six
him to I'm
four.
gonna just sell him to you for a second. He's about the same body type as what Shake Milton was, but he defends at an elite level. He's a
What?
nine what he's a 50 a 60 40 90 guy. Like he's a high percentage guy. He could get his own shot. He can distribute as a point guard.
are you
I'm just
starting
saying.
him?
Say
Are
it
you
again.
starting him? Are you starting him next to Tyrese Maxey?
I don't see what the difference. I don't mind because at the end of the day, he's better offensively than Melton, and he probably is better than him defensively. So why wouldn't I?
Okay, that was just one question. I was
Yeah,
wondering that. I think
yeah.
it's a rather small, guard play
We
right
already
there.
we already small. D'Anthony, I'm
Right.
tall. I look
But we
down on
don't want
D'Anthony
to
Melton.
get. That's not a trend we want to keep.
Oh, you're right.
Exactly, Ben.
Right.
Exactly
Right.
my point.
Right. You right.
Exactly my
You right.
point.
You
Exactly
right.
my
I
point.
was
I think
looking
you're
at
right.
guys like 6'6" or taller, man.
Please,
Little
like, please give
dudes.
me somebody that could switch off and not just be a midget onto a small forward. You know, but Melton does a great job.
I think
He
that's
does a
an
great
offensive. I think that's an offensive statement. You gotta
What?
call a small person or something like
Oh,
that.
What you trying to say, man?
I
Nobody
mean,
know how to.
all of y'all are small people to me. let's just be let's just be clear.
BG gonna throw around his height all crazy. We know
I
you
was
7'2". Jesus Christ. No, no, no. So we got another matchup with Joker next game. As we spoke about, we'll have an array of late night games coming up. I wouldn't mind an Anthony's. I would not mind an Anthony Simon. I'm just gonna put that out there as
Berg.
BG
You ain't even
sleeping.
had to say that, Berg. We know that Melton's a defender. Maxie not. That's not. You ain't go out of. That's not a bold prediction right there. That statement wasn't bold. We know Maxie just not a defender. He's very quick on offense, not the quickest on defense. I mean, we
I could
know what we
say
got ourselves into.
I
I
could say
wouldn't trade him.
something.
I wouldn't trade him for no guard in the league. Not one. Not one. I wouldn't trade Tyrese Maxey for Steph Curry.
Nope. Nope.
well, now you're
Nope.
talking crazy.
Better
Nah.
overall career today on January. What's the day? January 25th. I would not trade Tyrese Maxey for Steph Curry. I promise. I wouldn't.
Hey, guys laughed at me when I wouldn't put him in a Dame Dollars trade package and whatnot on Sixers 24/7. They laughed me out of the room. They laughed me out of the room with that. Now look, would you
Yeah,
do that trade today?
Y'all think Maxey bad at defense?
I would not have.
You.
I wouldn't have wanted that trade to happen either.
Nah.
We did miss Tobias Harris tonight. You're right,
Yes,
man.
we did.
Sure.
We're no more with that Tobias slander.
I'm
No
loving
more.
it. I'm happy.
Hey,
I enjoy when we was all hating on Tobias, but I like it better when we like him because he's playing better. Remember that?
there's
What was that? 2 years ago or last year when he looked at the crowd and told us, "Man, don't cheer now.
Yeah.
Don't cheer now."
I want to see that Tobias back though. I definitely like
He
that
was
Tobias.
angry, dog. He was mad at us, dog. He was mad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It takes a different type of team to come to Philly, man, and hear the crowd and hear the reporters and let it fuel you. It takes a different type of personality to do that. So I'm still trying to see if Tobias.
you gotta have thick skin to play in Philly. I don't care what sports team you on. If
All
you
of
ain't
them.
got thick, yeah, if you ain't got thick skin, you know what I'm saying, and you made out of the material that the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is made of, you don't belong in here.
All four get booed. All four get booed. The Phillies get booed. The Flyers get booed. The Eagles get booed. The Sixers get. You gotta have tough skin to play in that city. I'm telling
Yep,
I do a
yep.
bad job at work. I get booed.
you.
Exactly. But no, seriously, people think it's just the sports world. It's regular working people too. We get booed every
I have
day.
people coming out, boo! And I'm like, damn, sorry.
Where you come from?
I think they a profit. I think they became more of a rival because of their coach. I think they automatically just became more of a rival to us now that Doc's there. They're more of a rival. I want to beat them even more now. I always wanted to beat them, but I want to beat them even more now.
I will say this. I'm going to agree with Adrian Griffin. Cianis, whatever his name is,
Thanasis.
Onassis is definitely a tax write-off. He's definitely just collecting the tax.
Thanasis.
I've never heard nothing like it
The
in my
worst.
life in the NBA history. I've never heard of my brother could got a spot on his team. He don't got to play. Y'all going to pay him.
Oh
Jen,
my God.
Jen,
He's that's because Giannis is the
Cork,
GM for the Bucks.
Korkmaz is better than Thanasis, yo.
He is.
He might
I'm
be.
saying, Jen, he's
Might
better
be.
than Thanasis is the worst basketball player in the NBA, dog. I don't care what
Trash.
nobody says. I'm not gonna say he's trash. He's just the worst professional.
Did he even play college?
Man, I don't know nothing about
Nobody
Thanasis.
knows nothing. See? He pulled him out the YMCA. Yo, bro, you got us somewhere to play.
Jose, you couldn't bring us in. Can you take us home?
Yes, I could do that. I could definitely do that. Look up top. We got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. So don't forget to tell a friend about the East Sleep Six podcast. If you ain't understand what I said in English, Carl gonna tell you in Spanish. Get ready for this one.
No te vire.
Yep.
Arafile. O una amiga. Te le diga. O una amiga. Te le diga. Everybody. Welcome.
I gotta give you, listen,
Everybody.
I gotta give you credit for that one. Nah, you got it. You was almost there.
Man. My
You dropped the
man.
bag. You dropped the bag at the finish line, but you was almost there.
I was still running across the fence.
Listen, everybody have a great night. Also tomorrow, we'll be back here on Saturday against Denver Nuggets to see Jokic. Let's go Sixers. We out of here.
Sixers.
Let's go Sixers.